Alright guys, today I want to talk about some battery cables. So I think the factory cables that come on these 6.0s and 7.3s are garbage. I think they could have been beefed up. The connectors are pieces of shit. And then, yeah, they're just garbage if you ask me. This guy did some, you know, the O'Reilly's fix-it trick. I think it looks dumb. But the issue with this is the guy wants to run a winch and shit, and he ain't got nothing to really bolt a winch to on that I would even bother to trust. Is there another end? Yeah, there's it's just garbage. You know, they're garbage. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. So I go ahead and build my own cables for the majority of the trucks. People love them. I've never had an issue with them. They run them for years. These are like the best terminals I've ever seen. You could put so much stuff on them. Holy snap, it's windy. But I love them. You tighten them down right here, and then you know you can take and put on accessories as much as you want, and they don't. I never have a problem with the corroding. You know, I've had them on my truck for years. Never have a problem corroding. And then I think it's just because I use better cables too, and it's just, it comes down to what the material is. So I mean, you can't be running different metals on different things. It's probably gonna corrode. Dang, it ain't been windy all day as soon as I start recording. But I went ahead and so this is the main wires that I use. And you can go ahead and see that I jump it up in size and everything. Oh my god, it's been dead quiet all day whatever. So I even beef up this is the ground going to the body, and then this is the ground going to the body, and the ground going to the chassis, and they're really just not that much there. So I beef them up to 2 gauge. So you got 2 gauge going to the chassis. It's a lot bigger in the frame. And then, you know, beef up this to, I think that they're using it looks like maybe single 0 gauge, but I bump it up to double 0. So I beef up the ground one. I beef up the ground going to the chassis or the body and the frame like a bajillion. Just basically I beef it up at least one size everywhere. So ain't got nothing to worry about. And then see this copper terminals, I think that's why this shit likes to corrode. And copper is a soft metal, y'all know that. So that's why I think, you know, using really nice tinned terminal rings that don't corrode is the way to go, you know. And they're all different sizes, but which one would you rather run, you know, to ground out your chassis, you know? So it's night and day difference with these, I think. So the blue is negatives, you know, the red's obviously positive, and this is your ground going to your chassis, and then your ground going to your body. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. Just some things that you need to transfer off of the old harness to your new one, especially you 02 to 07 guys, is this starter wire. I don't have this plug. I don't know where to get it from. This wire usually doesn't go bad anyways, and as you can see, it's really just chilling in there. So you can pull most of it out. So, and then the next step is, you see this rubber boot? Go ahead and pull this bracket off, just bend it off. And then I usually cut it right here on the inside with a razor blade, and take that boot off and put it to the new wires. Because, I mean, I don't know where to get that boot or replicate it. So we want you to transfer this new boot and this bracket to the new wire and the starter wire. So, I mean, the starter wire looks fine, you know, it's fine. It's just this thing, this is what's a piece of shit. So, and then the next thing I'll steal is these little things. These little clips are what clip it next to the radiator. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Those 3 clips, the starter wire, the boot and bracket. As for the negative, the only thing I do for them is really just throw them away. So make sure they're routed somewhere good. It looks like, you know, this is why I like to use this coating, and plus this insulation is super thick, so that kind of shit doesn't happen. So God knows what the hell that was rubbing on. So, but if you want, I also have a bunch of this wire loom if you want to run that too. I think it's a little bit overkill with this on there, but yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get these installed. Tools you usually use 1/2 inch. I think to get these terminal rings off, I think it's an 8 mil. But we got 8 mil, a 10 mil. What is this one? A 15 mil long socket. I think it's a 16. Yeah, 16 and an 18. So 8, 10, 15, 16, 18. That'll get everything you need off. And then you'll need a 3/8 inch drill bit. I'll show you why in a minute. And then these are all the bolts that I removed to move the batteries. That's pretty much it. So this one's off the starter, and then this one's off the starter trigger. This little wire for this little guy. So this one's a 10 mil, and this one's 16. So 16, 10, 15, 15. This is for the passenger side ground and that bracket. So they'll be on there. They'll be on there like that. So 15er, you take them both off. This one's the 18 on the driver's side ground. 18 driver's side. And then this is for the chassis ground on the frame. This one's a 10 mil. And I think I'm missing one. Maybe it's still in here. Oh, yep, there it is. So here it is, your body ground. This little guy's an 8 mil. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring sandpaper. I'm gonna kind of get off the paint, and then I'm gonna do the same thing right here. This is where the chassis ground goes, and then it bolts in right there. I'm gonna clean that up. So I'm just gonna clean all the contact points so I know we have a good ground. And then so let me go ahead and get these installed. I mean, it just looks like a rest, so I'm just gonna throw that away. So let me go ahead and get these going, and I'll be back with some more tips. Okay, so I got the grounds bolted in. So this is the one to the driver's side, and you can see this thing's got kind of an oil leak. But I cleaned it up as best I could, bolted it there. So that's the side that needs an 18 mil, and this is the side that needs the 15. I know it's annoying, they're different sizes, but you can see. So I got my main and my ground to the chassis going up and over, snaking around to right in the middle there. You can see it right there. They're looping around. But just make sure you guys are clearing everything. You know, make sure you ain't got your wires going into the belt or something stupid. I mean, you can see I'm very far away from it. On both sides, literally have them just going straight out and straight out. So now that I got the grounds done, I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that going. Oh wait, no, hold on. Let me show you one other thing. Let me pull my fat butt out of here. So, yeah, stuff to do. Take out the starter wire. Put it in there. Alright, so right here on the body ground, you can see I cleaned it up and made sure it was metal on metal. And then, you know, these two are pretty much just gonna mount together, like on the engine to right here. So, bada bing, bada boom. Let's get that passenger one going. Okay, now for our positive, I went ahead and already cut all the stuff that you want to keep. We got your starter trigger wire. I got the 3 clips for the front radiator support, and then I got the bracket and the boot that holds when it bends down next to the header. So now that we got this stuff done, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw away the old junk, and let me assemble this on the new stuff and show you what it looks like. Alright, so the next thing I'm doing though is I'm taking these little three clippies I told you to grab and retaping them to the new wire. So this is where the 8 mil comes in to undo these bolts on the radiator supports, upper supports, to take them off, and then you could get up under here and run the wire where it's supposed to go, right there. So make sure you go ahead and you get it in the middle to where you know that's gonna reach the right length, and then you know that one's gonna reach the right length, and then you know just start figuring out where it needs to go and then taper up. So let me go ahead and get this one installed. I'm gonna get these bolted back in with the 8mm and all the bolts, and then we're gonna start the main wire. Okay, so see, we got her in, bolted back in, and looking pretty. So now we just need to run the wire from here down to the bottom. Hopefully it doesn't rain on me. God damn. This is what it's like living in Florida, middle of a project. Okay, so for the wire going to the starter, where to put the boot, I just referenced, you know, where it was on the old one, where to mount it on the new one. that's pretty much it. So now I'm gonna just tape this yellow wire along with it so I can just plug her back in, and then I'm probably gonna, this was already on the old one right here, I'm probably just gonna rewrap it just cause right there, because it does kind of just lay on the starter, and I bet that gets hot. So let me go ahead and get this done and we'll get her in there. Ah shit, we didn't get to finish. It started to fucking rain on me, guys. So I'm gonna have to finish this another time. Son of a bitch. It was almost fucking done. Oh, this is what it's like living in Florida, people. Right in the middle of a fucking project every single goddamn time. Alright, I'll see you later. Well, until next time. Maybe let's check to see how long this is gonna be raining for. This is some bullshit. Fucking bullshit. Okay, it stopped raining. Let's see this Florida look. Now it's beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and slap this in there. Get her going. Ready to put a little water under the truck now, so that should be fun. But let me go ahead and slap this in there and we'll be back. Okay, now that we got our wires ran everywhere we want them. Next is we're gonna put on the terminals. The cool part about them is they bolt on with this bolt, so you just need a 1/2 inch for this nut, and then this one's like a 9/16, and you bolt everything to this. So let me go ahead and get everything hooked up, and that'll be pretty much it. We'll double check everything, but yeah, let me go ahead and get these terminals on. And they are, see how that says positive, and then this one probably says negative. So yeah, make sure they go on the right ones because they're different sizes. Okay, one thing, remember I said a drill bit? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drill this hole bigger. This is what powers up most of the truck. And it's a tiny hole, and we want it to go in here. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna drill this out. I think it's stupid that Ford did this shitty terminal on this little thing. I might clean it up before I put it on there. But yeah, we need to get that sucker on there. I might put it on the 1/2 inch. I haven't decided yet, actually. Nah, we'll stick it on there. So it's with everything. So drill that out so you can get both of these bolted onto there correctly. So you can see I already got the negative done. So next step. Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Got my cable and the factory cable going to the fuse box under the dash. Voila. So then, just gonna slide this boot up. That'll be a little bit tight. Voila. All right, let's go do the other side. Yeah. All right, so this side's done. Swampy ass. Look at this. Shoes soaked, I'm soaked, shirt soaked. Fun stuff. All right, so I'm basically gonna do the same thing here. I've already got this negative done. So, you know, I'll just pull the boot up, cover it. Basically, it's gonna be the same thing over here, except I'm gonna have the one going to the starter and one going to the other battery. And this one goes to the alternator, so I'm gonna drill that one out too. So they all three of these will bolt onto that positive, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I got the cables all in, got the negatives. See, I got my positives going, all three of them. Now we'll be able to hook up this dude's winch. I just have to get the controller and set it all up. I'll do that later. Yeah, and then, yeah, pretty stoked. Looking good. Down under here, everything out of the way. I'll probably, you know, maybe zip tie this over here like that. But other than that, you know, I think everything looks pretty good. I set this jumper wire for the starter so you guys can get, because I can't start it because we're missing a couple parts on the interior. So we're gonna hot wire it. You get the point, it starts. So pretty stoked on it. Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, brother. So got the cables done, you know what I'm saying? People are asking me how much these bad boys run. I charge like 500 bucks. It's like 250 in parts. These terminals, they're about 15 bucks each. There's 4 of them. They're about at least $50 in just terminals. The wire, the big wire, it's about 100 bucks. And then I gotta get a little bit of this. So you're in at almost 200 with just supplies right there. And then I have to get all the terminal rings, get all the heat shrink and then the heat shield. I'm in at about 250 bucks in just parts. And it takes me about 4 or 5 hours to make these. And that's why. So it's really nice wire, really nice terminals, really nice terminal terminal ends. They're not copper. You don't want the copper or any of that, because you can see it's all like the same material. So we're not gonna get any weird corrosion. We shouldn't, it being all very similar metals. So no mix match of metals, everything. So yeah, I love these freaking cables. I'm start making them for 6.0s too. So I've got them down for 99 to 01 7.3s, 02 03 7.3s, and I'm gonna do 6.0s next. So I can pretty much make anything. So hell yeah, adios.